All right, y'all, I have 10:02, so we will go ahead and get started. Good to see all of y'all's faces today. We have any regional reps on the call? Ellen, Ebony, help me out because I'm not seeing everybody. Okay. Well, hey, y'all, I'm Cherie Bennett, Director of the Office of Downtown Development. Glad to welcome y'all here this morning. And with me are my fearless team, Ebony and Ellen. Ebony, introduce yourself.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Ebony Simpson. I am the Organization and Strategic Planning Coordinator for the office.
And I am Ellen Hill. I am the Main Street Compliance and Training Coordinator for the office. Happy Thursday.
Happy Thursday. And do we have anybody from GDA? On you on? Renee?
See Abigail.
Abigail? You want to give us some GDA news? Or April?
I was not prepared. No, I don't think we have anything going on. I would only say is I believe, well, actually your ballots were due yesterday for the few open seats that we had. So I hope you voted. Other than that, I would just stay tuned. We'll probably have invoices go out early December for membership dues for 2026. That's all I got.
And training coming up in March?
Yeah, in Fayetteville.
In Fayetteville. It's in our newsletter. So you should have got our newsletter Monday, and it's in there, and a link to join CDP training with GDA. All right, with that, I'm going to turn it over to Ellen to introduce our speakers today.
Okay. Good morning again, everybody. We're excited to have this topic that I know that so many of us know all too well. So we're talking about downtown construction today. And while it brings long-term improvements to our downtown, it can also present, like real immediate challenges to the local businesses. And so during assessments this year, when we had our in-person assessment with Fayetteville, they had a really interesting approach to that. And then Carly also in Milledgeville has done some downtown construction, and we have noticed that, that they had some really great messaging. So to help us explore those strategies today, we wanted to bring them in. So Lori Funderwhite is the Economic Development Director for the City of Fayetteville, and Carly Schulte, y'all know, is the Main Street Director in Milledgeville. So they're going to be sharing lessons learned, tips, creative approaches to keeping those downtowns open and vibrant, and your merchants informed and supported, even when, hard hats and orange cones come out. So I just want to welcome everybody, and I think I'll turn it over to Lori to go first, and then just because I see you first on my list of people, and then Carly, you can wrap us up. So I'm going to turn it over to you, Lori.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Ellen. It's really a pleasure to be with all of you this morning. Thank you again for having me. So as Ellen said, I'm the Director of Economic Development for the City of Fayetteville, and we have had a staffing transition. And actually, I have with me this morning Caitlin Perkins, who has just been promoted into our Main Street Program and Events Manager. So I just wanted to make that announcement for you guys too, but thanks again for the opportunity. So the topic really is managing downtown construction projects. And we have had a project. Well, first, just to give you a little overview on Fayetteville, for those of you who aren't familiar. So we've been around since 1823. Our Main Street has been largely constructed in the late 1800s, early 1900s. In fact, our old courthouse, we have an old courthouse square that was built in 1825. So we just had a 200th birthday party for the courthouse on the square. So, we have a lot of older infrastructure, all that to say, on our Main Street and our courthouse square. So that's something that's a huge initiative for us with our Main Street program and economic development, is to work on some of these revitalization projects in the area. Here's a picture of our Main Street. So The picture on the left is our courthouse building. The picture on the right is our Glen Street side of our courthouse square. And the project I wanted to share with you all this morning is our alleyway project, which is the alleyway that's right behind the buildings that you see pictured here on the right. And here's a picture of what behind those buildings, a rendering of what the project will be when it's finished. Basically what it is, or what it was when we started this project, was we didn't have, since the 1800s, a proper alleyway behind these buildings. It was some asphalt directly behind the buildings, not really wide enough for two-way for cars. It wasn't, I would say, a proper alleyway. It was that and a parking lot, and really run down. And this is a great opportunity for us as we're working on revitalization projects throughout our downtown area to tackle this and make it a community gathering area for everyone. And so what we're doing with this project is where you see the space right behind the buildings, that is where the alleyway was. Where it's going to be is moved a little bit further west into a proper kind of 2-lane alley. And you'll see on the bottom right of this rendering, it'll be a community gathering, a plaza for us to host Main Street. We anticipate we'll coordinate with the businesses. Of course, all of these buildings are filled with businesses, and we'll coordinate with them to host community events and so on. And the white building that you see, incidentally, in the upper left, is that's the Holiday Dorsey Five House. It's a historic building. Our Downtown Development Authority acquired that building several years ago and put a lot of money into renovating it. And we have a tenant in there, Revival Wine and Dessert Bar. So we anticipate when this project is finished, hopefully soon, that this is going to be a great opportunity for people to gather in this new revitalized space. The project has not been without some challenges. We have, this has been, and I've been with the city now for a year and a half. This has been at least 10 years in the making. There were different versions of this project that were proposed. And when I came on a year and a half ago, we were getting closer to that finish line. But of course, construction costs had gone up in the meanwhile, anticipated construction costs. So this project is actually going to end up being over $2 million in construction costs. We will, but out of that, we'll have, like I said, a new plaza gathering area, ADA compliance, which it wasn't before, new landscaping, all of the rest. So we're really excited about all of it, but the project required property owner easements with each and every business and property owner along Glen Street, because that area where you see the pavement right behind the buildings is actually owned by each owner. The 20 feet or so behind each building is owned by each of those building owners. So we needed to have property easements. We also needed to have, of course, we're burying the power lines. There's a lot of power lines back here. So part of the beautification is to bury all the power lines. We needed to coordinate with Georgia Power and the easements that they required as well to do that. So it was an extra lift to get everybody on board to move forward with this project. Here's a site map of what it is that we were doing. And we also acquired last year the property that you see on the left-hand side furthest west is an old vacant bank property. So we've acquired that property, the DDA did as well, it's really serving now as construction staging and importantly for businesses in the area. So parking is a big issue for our downtown businesses. We do have a lot of parking in our downtown area. Across the street is a county plaza. To the south and to the north, there's a parking lot that's vacant before a development project starts. We have some parking on the square. However, we have two major highways that intersect and go through our courthouse square, our Main Street area, and it doesn't feel as pedestrian friendly as we'd like it to. So losing the parking that was directly behind these buildings was an issue that we wanted to make sure we addressed. We got that word out to the community, the alternate parking areas that people could use. And importantly, that all of these businesses are open for business while construction is happening. So we did a public outreach campaign. We worked on explaining what the project was. We created signage. We put messaging out on social media. We put signage open for business, what this project is going to be when it's finished. We posted those signs along the construction fencing, and of course coordinated with the business owners and created parking maps that we were sharing with them for their patrons as well as on social media. This is just a little clip of a video we put on socials.
Oh, I killed a snake this morning
Who did?
in the barn.
You did?
It was about that long.
So a real short video. I hope that played for all of you, but so putting out messaging like that has been part of our strategy. These were some of the signs that we created, large signs that we put along the construction fencing and the downtown parking map that, as you can see here, the historic courthouse square, this is the line of buildings to the west and the construction zone just to the west of that. And everything in red is our opportunities for parking for the businesses. One of the things that we also did, recognizing that this construction will probably create a hardship for the businesses that are directly adjacent to the project. So we worked with our Main Street Board and DDA to create an alleyway improvement project business hardship grant, which is basically providing a $1,500 per month grant to our business owners. They have to complete this application at the end of every month and send it over to us. The one requirement that we stipulated is that they need to show us year-over-year losses. So just, share your revenues with us. And if you can show losses year-over-year before construction to now, then you're eligible for that full grant amount. And so that program has been in place since project start. Here's a little aerial view from one of our DDA-owned businesses that's being renovated for a new restaurant from their rooftop view, looking down into the construction project. We're further along now. This is months ago. But I wanted to mention we have had some hiccups in working with Georgia Power and getting new transformers and some of the easements signed. It's taken time, and so additional time that we did not anticipate at the start. And so that's one of the bumps in the road that we had. And we are moving forward again with construction, starting the week. We had a delay and we're starting the week after Thanksgiving. So I'm really excited to get this project done across the finish line. But that's a little bit about what we did, and especially with the the grants that we provided, we felt that was important. And so with that,
I have a
I'm
question.
happy to take any questions.
Lori, I have a question. So if they were only able to show that they had a $500 loss over previous year, then are they limited to only apply for the $500? It's just
Yes.
up to $1,500 they can apply for?
It was up to 1,500, yes.
Any other questions for Lori?
This is Glenda in Dublin. I have a question, Lori. Did you have any property owners that were resistant in terms of signing over an easement to allow the project to go through?
We did. We did indeed. So we had, speaking frankly, when this project first started 10 or 12 years ago, there were several of the property owners that kind of banded together, I guess, and did not want this project to move forward. That may have been because it was a previous iteration of the project that they were unhappy about. So, as we had gone through redesigns, we went back out and met with all of them. And unfortunately, a couple of the property owners just weren't going to get on board with the project. And so we did have to go through a condemnation process for easement rights, which is unfortunate, but council felt it was important to do for the greater good of the project. I think, ideally you would have, this is a big bump. Ideally, you would have all of those completed before you begin construction. And we had a lot of kind of staffing changes along the way. And that was one of the things that fell through the cracks, I would say. And so beginning construction and getting some of those easements in place that we didn't realize that Georgia Power at the time would need their own. And so in any event, we learned that after construction started and had to go back and make that happen, which we did. So yes, that was a bump in the road for sure.
Okay, well, I just want to commend you. We just got finished completing a huge streetscape project here on Madison Street in Dublin, and some of the things that you implemented, like the grants to offer some sort of income to people who were losing businesses. I mean, that just wasn't something that we had here in place in Dublin, but I just, the way that you seem to manage this, I mean, some of the elements we definitely had in place, but yes, we have a alleyway project we're trying to implement, but we do have one property owner who's been in town for years and years and seems to be just extremely resistant to the idea that he's going to sign any type of easement to us. So anyway, we'll just try to navigate forward. But thank you so much. This is excellent information.
Thank you. I'm happy to hear that we're not alone in that.
Heather, you have a question.
Yes. How did you fund the grants for the businesses? We have a huge, it's actually 2 alley side streets that are currently we've done a little bit of pre-phase, but it's going to be a mess and it's going to affect multiple businesses, but it really does need to be done. But how did y'all fund the grants? And also I do want to say that was amazing. We get a Twisted Taco all the time. And the parking before, I mean, you would have to like take turns to be able to go down the little alley because it really wasn't wide enough for more than one car. So I think this is an amazing project y'all are doing. And I'm excited. I'm even more excited for our project. So seeing y'all.
Thank you so much. Yeah, we're really excited to see it get across the finish line. We funded the grants through our Downtown Development Authority.
Okay.
Yeah, so we created the program, and just for this specific purpose, the only businesses eligible are the businesses adjacent to this project. And so we created this program just for this purpose, funded through the DDA.
Yeah.
Which in Fayetteville, the DDA and the Main Street Board are the same group of people, 2 separate boards, but we share a meeting and the same people.
So were those city funds that just normally go to the DDA and Main Street?
No, so our Downtown Development Authority is funded through vehicle excise taxes. So so they set aside money to fund this grant program.
About how much money have y'all granted to the businesses over the course of the project?
So in our case, we have 9 buildings along Glen Street, as well as the business, the DDA tenant that's in the Holiday Dorsey 5 house. So technically, we could have had 10 businesses that apply. Not all of them have. One of them is a law office. So we've consistently seen the only businesses that applied are the restaurants, the food-based businesses. The other ones, professional offices, the law office, haven't taken advantage of the grant program.
Thank you for the information. It's really helpful.
Yes, thank you.
Any other questions before we move on to Carly's presentation? All right, I don't see any more hands, so thank you, Lori, and we will let Carly present.
Thank you so much.
All right. Can y'all see that? I don't know what you see.
Not yet.
Okay. Presenter mode. Oh, There you go. Okay. So ours was more, and this is a while ago, but ours was more construction like streetscape projects and not really a lack of parking. So we'll just go through. Uh-oh.
Carly, right now I'm just seeing your home screen.
Oh. Okay. Well, that's weird. Hold on.
Stop sharing and then share again and then choose, or then do it that way. That works. Yeah.
There it is. Yeah.
I think I had it on my other screen. There it is. Okay. Now we're good. Okay,
Yeah.
so the challenges is obviously going to be your businesses. That was probably our biggest challenge was a lot of fussing from the businesses that this was impacting. I love the idea of the grant because that would have made a lot of ours happy, Lori. But so the businesses are frustrated. The foot traffic makes it, or the construction makes it difficult for them to get to the business. The customers are wondering, like, are the businesses still open? How do I get to them? And then us, we hear the complaints, why is this happening? How much longer? When are we going to be done? My business is failing. So we used signage in most of our experience, signage and social media communication. So first example is some signs that we kind of used humor as well. And I will say this is a total R&D. I can't take credit for it. We went to the International Main Street, International Downtown Conference in Texas several years back, and there was an award given to a town in, I don't know, Wisconsin or something that did stuff like this. But getting diggy with it. If Rome was built in a day, we would have hired the same contractor. Shop Hammer Time. So just silly things that we would put out at smaller construction spots help to just make it not as frustrating, or people, if you've got to figure out how to get to a business, this was more like a silly approach. And then I often gave updates to our downtown businesses as far as what was happening. So our public works director would give us updates in our department head meetings, and then I would draft information to our downtown merchants page to let them know kind of where we're at, what is going on, so that they felt like they were informed, and I didn't have to field as many questions when I communicated beforehand. Before they started fussing at me, I gave them information. So that is a big deal to me, is just communication. I do suggest not doing this, which is just signage that says, like, stop, don't come this way, because that just really does affect the thought process of the people trying to get to the business, and they'll just say, oh, forget it, we'll just go uptown and not even deal with this. So you definitely don't want to turn people away. So here is the actual banners that we purchased, and we still use them. If there's like a broken pipe downtown, we'll go put them out. And we've had a lot of comments about people liking them, and just, they're just silly. So like I said, this is R&D, and I'm a huge proponent of that. I like to go every now and then to like different states awards and see what people are getting awarded, so that you can, rip off their ideas. But this is a fun one. And then for like streetscape projects, ours was huge. It was terrible. I mean, like, the whole sidewalks was torn up. So we worked with Public Works and the contractor to make sure there was a way to get to the businesses. They were required to build, little ramps to each business, so that people were not having to walk through dirt. You want to make sure that you're not turning people away, because you're trying to make it as easy of a process for everybody as you can. And then, so some of the things we also get is like complaints where, if I have to park too far away, and this kind of goes with some of the parking things. We I've pushed out this ad pretty much that says like your 1 block of downtown is just walking from a parking lot to the back of Walmart. And when you actually go in Walmart, you're going up and down like 30 aisles. So it's not that far. Just walk, people. And it can come off as like rude, but at the same time, I think most people are like, oh wow, that distance is, it makes them really understand that maybe I didn't get to park right in front of my restaurant that I'm going to, but it's not that big of a deal. And then we have, I don't know, other communities, you might have a time where it's more busy than others. Like we have 2 colleges right downtown. And so a lot of times when school's in, a big complaint that we have is, I don't go downtown because there's no parking. So instead of like trying to be like, there's a lot of parking, you just got to walk. We did that a little bit, but then we also do in the summer a huge push towards the locals that say like, essentially the kids are gone. There's parking, like really there's parking, trying to just encourage, if you're not going to come downtown and you're going to fuss about downtown and the students parking there, well, we've got some 3 months in the summer that is the perfect time for you to be a customer. And that helps the businesses obviously, because during the summers they are slower because the students are gone. So we just try to, take the complaints head on and almost like accept them, and then give a reason for people to, at the time they can come down, should not be an issue. We do a lot of things online. I think that's an important piece of it, is just staying engaged with the community that way. We've got Do Not Park Here, because we were having issues with trash, the compactor not being able to be emptied. So because people were parking in a no parking zone and just knew you didn't get ticketed. So we made a big push for that. We do signage when we have events, so there's no on-street parking. And then obviously throughout any kind of construction, you guys can see the Ready Set Summer giveaway. That was a big push towards the locals, trying to get people to shop downtown during the summer, since it is such a slow time for us. Over COVID, we did Face Forward Millie, which was a big push to support local, and just really featured these business owners as like your neighbor and friend, not just some random person. One of the ads that we did for Face Forward Millie was actually on 2 guys that own Amici here in town. And they both, their story is awesome to me, because they both started as dishwashers in college and then worked their way up. And now they own 2 Amici restaurants. So just putting some realism to the person, that they aren't just these big conglomerates, and we want to be able to support them. And then these are some other ideas that I don't think we have implemented all of them locally, but making sure to celebrate the milestones. Like when you're in a streetscape, especially, they seem like they're never ending. And, whether it be just the fact that you've gotten a little bit of sidewalks poured, or just try and celebrate those things, and that communication to the businesses and the public can help make people realize that progress is happening and it's a good thing. Sneak peek tours. This was something we saw in, I think it was Detroit, and it was, you can't see because Becky's head's in the way, but there was like an opening right there where you could like peek in just that little hole to see the construction that was happening inside. And I just thought that was the cutest thing. We haven't had a business do that here, but I still think someone should. It's a great idea. More R&D. And then these silly things like, notice you're entering an official silly walk zone. It's so goofy, but just stuff like that, I feel like brings the mood up when you're walking around, and like you might be in an area where it's like, oh, this construction is just annoying. As a customer, if you see something like this, it's kind of like, oh, well, makes my mood brighten a little bit. We also did some big signs and banners that say like businesses just beyond the detour, because we had a big fence on the sidewalk, actually still do for a while. And so putting those, the businesses are still open, putting their logos so you know what they are. And then on the left side of that, we listed, more businesses this way. So just really trying to direct people in the right direction and then keeping it fun however you can. And then it's my presentation is not very long, and then one day it's finally complete. So obviously celebrate those, not just the milestones, but the completion. We did with our streetscape, we had DOT representatives come, our city council, that's our city manager, our previous city manager. This is right when I first started, but celebrate that it's finished, that you spend all this money, that you made it through, and the businesses, that is just an event that people come to, and it can help them get some sales for that day. And I think that's it. Yeah. It was kind of quick and dirty.
Those are some great ideas. Does anybody have any question for Carly?
I love the humor in the signs. That is excellent.
Yeah, they're silly, but people loved them. We saw posts on Facebook of people, like, look at this is ridiculous.
Carly,
That's
love,
great.
love the banners. Can you share your source?
We created it.
Well, of course you did.
But I mean, we just used the verbiage from I really can't remember what town it was, but from that award winner at the International Downtown Conference. I was like, oh, we're doing that.
No, we love it. We'd love to R&D it. Thank you.
Yes, please do. I think that's why we do these presentations, so everybody can take each other's ideas, I think, is the way to go. Don't reinvent the wheel if something's working.
Thomasville did an R&D with these signs as well for our streetscape in 2019, and we continue to use these. And I gave Carly credit for it, and then she's like, "Oh no, I R&D it as well."
Yep, I remember that now. Yep.
Ginger, you have a question?
Yes, Carly, I love the sneaker peek. I love that.
I just thought they were gonna go across the parking lot. She
Can
went this
everybody
way.
mute their mics,
So you
please?
just missed her. I mean, literally, when I saw her pull up, I was like, oh, she called.
Oh,
Okay, go ahead, Ginger.
thank you. I just want to say, Carly, I love your presentation. I love the sneaker peek. That's a great idea because our city
Yes.
was just talking about some of the vacant properties that we have. How can we make it look better and make it fun as well? I love that idea. So thank you.
Yes. And so easy, I mean, you can
Yes.
draw that yourself.
That's a great idea. Thank you.
Yeah.
Anybody else? Okay. Thank you so much, Carly, and thank you so much, Lori. Good stuff. All right. So we now have time for questions. If y'all have any questions for the group. Any issue you're dealing with that you want some advice on from the group?
Sheree, can I just say that tomorrow is my last day with Main Street? I know I've announced this before, but I just want to say that, like, I love all of you guys. This has been, 15 years is a huge part of my career. Many of you have seen me kind of grow up in this role. So thank you guys all. I'm going to miss y'all, but I will keep in touch. And I'm still available. I've put my stuff on the Main Street Facebook page. If y'all ever have questions or need advice, I'm happy to do or to help. If you need it. But anyway,
Carly, you will so be missed, and thank you for being such a strong Main Street manager and always being willing to share your knowledge with other people. Thank you so much. I looked back and I'm like, when was the first time that I communicated with Carly? And it was like April 2014 was, I think, our first email together. So
wow. Yeah.
it's been a while.
Gonna miss you.
Yeah, I know. It's so weird. I never thought this day would come, but anyways, I'll cry if I keep talking about it. But I love you guys. That's all I want to say.
We love you too. We love you too. Well, if y'all don't have any questions, we were thinking about everybody sharing what they're doing for Small Business Saturday. Any fun stuff going on in your downtowns?
So we are actually, our Christmas parade actually falls on Small Business Saturday this year. So we are promoting that and trying to get everybody out to, shop, dine, explore, and just support everybody who's small and local and everything like that.
Thanks, Caitlin. Katie,
All
April,
that
were y'all
stuff
about to say
going
something?
on. Everybody's so quiet. Start calling people out.
For real.
We do always promote Small Business Saturday, of course, through social media, but we have a holiday open house this Sunday. We partner it with us being, a plantation town, with Wildlife Arts Festival and highlighting our wildlife. But we open up our downtown to kick off the Christmas and the holiday season this Sunday, and then we use that as an opportunity to promote Small Business Saturday. So we push that out, and our merchants do a lot of Small Business Saturday signage as well to help push that.
Heather, what you got? Heather Robinson.
I can hear you. Okay.
Just
We
fine.
have a bunch of stuff happening. We have, and I love that our downtown businesses are starting to do things without me, more and more things without me. I was just working on our monthly report for November, and they have done 72 things, or by the end of the month, there'll be 72 events that have happened, and I've only done one of them. So, they are actually hosting Pink Friday Social this Friday, and then for Small Business Saturday, they are we're really pushing our downtown holiday bingo cards. Some of the things have some of the things are free, some of the things are not. But we're really pushing that with the businesses, and then they are all hosting turkey. Some kind of something on Wednesday night before Thanksgiving is like one of the biggest days in downtown, like the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. Everybody's time for Christmas, or for Thanksgiving, I should say. So everybody goes out and goes shopping, from like painting to cigar rolling, all kinds of stuff's happening that day. So we have, between now and the end of the month, we have lots of things happening. Our chamber does a lot for Small Business Saturday. For me, so that's super helpful as well, and I kind of promote it and push it on social media. So lots of stuff happening.
Oh, Heather, could you drop your bingo card in the chat so we could see it?
Yes.
Cool.
Yes.
May have to head to Griffin.
Let me figure out how to do that, but yes, I will do that.
Anybody else? Tasha?
Yes, hi. I was just going to say we don't have anything set planned, but with everything that everybody's saying, that Saturday is one of the peak times that we invite our merchants to decorate their tinsel trail trees. So you guys have given me an idea how we can promote Small Business Saturday with those merchants that are purchasing trees, and the community see them out there decorating their trees, and that'll be a big encouragement to shop for that Saturday. So yeah, you guys have given me that idea just now on the phone. So thank everybody.
Great. Abigail?
Yeah, so with Small Business Saturday, since now American Express has gotten thinner and thinner with all of their items that they give us every year, we got bags that say Shop Downtown New to give out to our merchants, since when in reality American Express sends us about 20, and we have more businesses that participate in that. So this is another little added expense alleviated from the businesses for that shopping weekend.
So how many did you get printed? And
how
many you given out to each business?
I think we ended up getting 2,000. So, it's still only like 30 per business, but it's worth it a little bit to at least try.
Yeah. Kimmy, you're muted.
There we go. I had a brain fart just then. I didn't know how to unmute myself. Okay, so we're continuing to do our passports. I'm about to go and take them around now. We have 25 retailers and restaurants that are participating. We have our map on this side. That's everyone's numbered where you can see where everyone is in the downtown, kind of around our square. And then they have to go to the different businesses, and then once they get so many, at least 4 stamps, they enter it in for a drawing. And I have a bag here that has gifts and gift cards from all the 25 participating businesses. Each business gave a $25 gift card, so they have like hundreds of dollars in gift cards. And some of the salons gave like shampoos, and we have like a brick store, Lego store, and they gave like some little Lego toys, and DK gave some ornaments and stuff for people. So it's a pretty heavy bag full of things, and we'll have one person that's going to win it. One thing that my retailers did say last year was that, right, is that they wanted it to be extended past one day. So this year we are actually starting it this Friday on Pink Friday, and it's going to run all the way until Small Business Saturday.
Okay, cool. Glenda?
Yes. In Dublin, we're working with the chamber on Shopaholic. It's a version of Monopoly, same thing other people are doing, where you go around and shop and turn a receipt in, and then you can be part of a drawing to get a prize from one of our downtown merchants. And they also have a city passport program that just got started. Same sort of principle. You can go around and you stamp, and then you can enter in for a prize. And then that's going to lead into, we're doing our Jingle and Mingle, which this is going to be our 10th year of doing that. And we are, something we added is like for children, they're going to have a stocking. They can go around to merchants, and the merchants can put in like it can be a sticker, it can be some kind of treat, sort of like a Christmas version of Trick or Treat. And then we're doing our first ever sip and shop, that we're borrowing that idea from LaGrange, where they'll have a tumbler that they purchase and they go around, and it's a chance for them to shop. And that's definitely going to be more of an adult activity, but really just trying to continue to introduce things. And our Main Street Advisory Council, which is kind of new in its creation, has really taken a lot of ownership of the programs, which has been excellent, because we're a small staff like everybody, and volunteers make a big difference.
Love the idea of the Christmas trick-or-treating to give kids something to do. I love that. Nicole.
Hey, yes, I just wrote down the Christmas stocking idea too. That's really cute. Our downtown businesses all like to do their own thing. So they voted to cancel our group coupon promotion. I just think it's interesting. I don't know if it's our size now or how spread out downtown is, but so we thought they all just voted to do a BOGO for Main Street money. So we actually had quite a bit left over from the GDA conference. You guys can still use your dollars if you have them, but we're going to put a few $1,000s into that bucket to do BOGOs for a week. So it'll start on the 23rd and actually go through November 30th. So it'll go the weekend after Small Business Saturday. Again, it is about a 2-year-old program since we moved to Yifty, but we have over 30 of our businesses are participating. So I'm just continuing to grow that program, and then couple that with just promoting all the individual things going on that each business is doing. Some have more success on Black Friday. Some really do dive into the Small Business Saturday. So all of them just said, we'd rather you amplify the things we're wanting to do individually. Maybe it's online sales, as opposed to doing something as a group. So just saying that too. We've also done it in person where we had a BOGO and things, but we had horrible weather. So they thought we'd rather do something that weather's not going to make or break this particular event. So that's what we decided to do.
Thanks for sharing. Who else?
Hey y'all, I just wanted to say I dropped the bingo card in the chat. I finally figured it out. One side is the bingo card and the other side has all of our holiday events on it. So that way everybody has them. There are 1,000 of them floating around downtown currently. And I may have to get more printed, but it'll run through December 31st, and then we're doing the gift card bundles as the winner. And we didn't specify how many bundles we were going to do. It's really going to depend on how many cards we get back. But we started this last year and it was a big hit. We did VIP seating for the Christmas parade last year, but we decided to go with gift card bundles this year because January is so slow for our downtown businesses. So we feel like if we can have an influx of gift cards, people may, come downtown more. So that's what we're doing this year.
Thanks for sharing that in the chat. Anybody else?
Hey guys.
Hey, Tanya.
So I'm sorry, I sound like a man, or I've been smoking camels all day, but we are kicking off tomorrow. We're kicking off Pink Friday tomorrow. We've got a lot of businesses that are participating and doing their own kind of special shops and stuff. But shout out to Jennifer Price if she's on here. I stole her gumball. Guess how many pink gumballs are in the jug? So tomorrow we'll be giving away 100 DBA dollars to Pink Friday shoppers. We also will give away another $100 to the person that guesses the closest to the correct number of gumballs in our thing. And then it also starts our Shop, Eat, Spend Local campaign, where shout out to Thomasville, April and Katie, when y'all did the little summertime little business card size shopping cards. We do those, and for every $20 spent, they drop it in our mailbox on the door, and we have this cute little mailbox with Santa on it and all this stuff. And so we'll give away 100 DBA dollars starting next Wednesday through the first Wednesday in January. Again, kind of echoing what Heather said. With January being so slow, hopefully some of those DBA dollars will get spent then in January. So lots of stuff going on, lots of fun.
Thanks, Tanya. And lay off some of those cigarettes, okay?
I'm
Anybody
trying.
else?
I'm stressed.
I have a question. This past year, we lost a lot of our retailers, and we have now increased, like doubled the amount of bars we have in downtown. Literally, I think we added like 4 this year, either like restaurants that have bars or just straight up just bars. And we also have a new space that's opening on Monday. That's like our interactive type place. They have like the little simulators for golf and basketball, and they have a bar as well. So, what are some things that you all do other than like a bar crawl when you have like a lot of bars in your downtown to kind of increase their business or collaborate them with the retailers, the few that we have, because we just don't really have a lot of retailers anymore?
I would suggest maybe open container sip and shop type things so that it gets people buying something from the restaurants, but also shopping where they could, or markets where it's open container so that they could have a drink while they're shopping. I'm trying to think what else we do, because we have like 15 restaurants. They're not bars, but they all have alcohol. I don't know. That's all I got so far.
Caitlin, you have something?
Yes, kind of like what Carly said. I know last year or this year in the beginning, we had one business, Gremlin Growlers, their coffee shop, and they have alcohol as well. They encouraged people to like go to Anthony's Pizzeria, and if they had a pizza receipt or just any kind of food receipt, then they got some kind of discount on a pint or something like that. So that could be a good idea.
Any other ideas for Kimmy? Y'all very quiet today.
While we have everyone on, are we going to do the like the holiday themed sweaters that we do in December?
I love that idea. So for next month's coffee and conversation, are we doing Christmas? Are we doing ugly Christmas sweaters? Or just Christmas sweaters?
Ugly.
Prize for who has the ugliest Christmas sweater on next coffee and conversations. Ellen, what are we doing at coffee and conversations in December?
Usually it's just end of the year wrap up, a little, yay, we made it through the year and through the Christmas season. What do we have planned for next year as far as like y'all, anything fun, any good? Speaking of like, those J month promotions that when we know was really slow in downtown. So if y'all have any really brilliant ideas, come with those. But usually we just are doing like let's all like hang out, chat, high five each other for making it through another year.
Abby's throwing down the gauntlet. Okay.
Yeah,
Abby's throwing down the gauntlet, says she has the tackiest Christmas sweater. Can't wait for us to see it. So
we'll give you a bonus point on your assessment if you win the tackiest sweater.
Ellen, do you want to share with everybody what you're gonna email out later on today?
Yeah, so I know we're late and we've all been busy too, and I know Pink Friday is quite literally tomorrow, but we have been kind of scrambling and working on a few social media posts for y'all that y'all can just like plug and play. So if you're late like we are and you don't really have anything ready to go this afternoon or like after this call, I do plan on sending an email out to everyone with a few ready to go. Like you can add your own logo. It's a Canva template thing where y'all can just download it and do your own thing. So be on the lookout for that. Stay tuned for those. What you do is just take it, make a copy into your own Canva account if you have one, and then you can just drop your logo where it says put your logo here, add a little bit of information if you need to, change maybe a picture, and then y'all can just use it ready to go. So it's just a little bit of a way for us to kind of help y'all ease the burden when it comes to a lot of social media campaigns during Shop Small. But there's a lot. So it's not just like a Pink Friday. It's like a Pink Friday, a Shop Small Saturday, let's just shop small all year long. Like, 63% of online or 63% of all purchases from a small business start online. So make sure, you have like that kind of stuff, even if they do happen in a like in person in a store. So there's things like that. And there's a little campaign. Y'all see what I'm talking about when you see the link, but I also want to remind everyone that we do have a webinar coming up on December 9th for your board members. So we're bringing in someone from Main Street America to lead a session on how to be a good board member. So it's not just for y'all. Get your board members to sign up. And if they need their little couple of hours at the end of the year for their training, this is a perfect way to get that knocked out. But it is quite literally for them, why they're on the board, what they're supposed to be doing there, how to be a good board member, how to support you as managers. So December 9th at, I should have looked at the time. It's in the morning. Hold on.
10:30?
Hold on. Yeah, my bad, y'all. But so let's see. 10:30 to noon. So it's 10:30 to noon. I did send an email out to everybody, but if I can drop it in the chat. I can put it in the Facebook page, but I think there's a post there already, but I can remind y'all again. So if y'all haven't signed up for that, get you or your board members to sign up for it. And we will record it so that if they cannot make that time live, y'all can watch it later, but the live would be ideal just so that they can potentially ask questions from someone from Main Street America. So just put that on y'all's calendar. Also, I did send out an email. We are bringing back Deb Turcotte from Oriana Solutions, and she's coming to Griffin in January. So January 20th and 21st, we're going to be hosting that conflict resolution class. So for those of y'all who came to Valdosta this past year, and did like the strategic planning, like build your board, that kind of training, those of you who were there know it turned into a little bit of a therapy session. And we wanted to bring back Deb to then host the conflict resolution training portion of what she was going to do. So y'all sign up for that as well. I did send an email out, I think last week on it, but yeah, it's January 20th and 21st in Griffin. There's a room block at the historic Griffin Hotel. We're super excited to go stay there and hang out with Heather. So y'all put that on your calendars as well. And, if y'all have questions on assessments and all of that coming up, I'm around. So y'all reach out. That's all I have.
Thanks, Alan.
Yeah.
Anything else, you guys? Great. If not, I'm very grateful for y'all and all that you do all around the state in your downtowns and how much love you pour into your downtown. So thank you for that. And I hope y'all all have a very happy Thanksgiving, and we'll see y'all next month. Bye.
Thanksgiving.
Thank you.